Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to Devon in the southwest of England. I hope you're well wherever you are. Today is a big milestone for me, a really big milestone, and I want to share this with you. I hope it goes to plan. We will see. So for those of you who have been following me for a while will perhaps know or remember that I set myself some goals earlier this year. So my goal was to get myself as fit as possible, to have my prostatectomy, to recover from the operation, to, if possible, get rid of the cancer, and to start running again as soon as possible in order to complete a marathon by the end of this year. And it appears I'm on track for that, so I've achieved all of those things except the starting running again and the marathon. But today marks the beginning of that next chapter. So I'm now going to go for a run. I am nervous about it. I'm nervous for a number of reasons. One is my fitness is going to be pretty bad, I think, so I'm going to struggle from a physical perspective. I also still have some abdominal discomfort from the operation, so I'm not sure whether this might aggravate that. And additionally, I still have some incontinence, and that incontinence is normally at its worst when I am putting pressure on my bladder through a vigorous walking or going up and down steps. So I'm expecting it to be a bit of a problem on this run, but we will see. And related to that, I have to wear pads to prevent myself from having an accident. And those pads may rub, so I don't know whether they're going to cause some discomfort between my legs. Sorry, I hope I'm not going into too much detail there. So for all of those reasons I'm feeling a bit nervous, but I am also feeling very excited. I think it's fantastic when you can show the strength and versatility to get through these challenges in life. And it has been a difficult year, but this marks the beginning of the recovery from that. So I hope to inspire others who are going through difficult times in their lives, and I hope to set a good example, and I hope that I can get myself in good shape so that I can do a half marathon this year and raise some money for a good charity. So I probably won't be in a very good position to be able to talk to you as I run, but I'll take you along and we'll see how we get on. I've picked an easy run, so it's flat, no hills, and it's not too far, perhaps about 3 miles, I guess. It follows the coastal path, so you'll get some nice scenery, and we'll see how we get on. So I've done some loosening up and I'll start now. So thanks for joining, and off we go. Let's see how this works out. I'm going to go so slow that people walking might overtake me, but that's okay. And of course, those who know me know that I like my trains, so I've picked a route where we might see some. I do get some strange looks from people when I'm walking or running with this thing that you can't see, but it's an unusual looking camera. Oh gosh. Oh, I can feel a little bit of warmth on the back of my legs from the sun, which is really nice. And I can see a little bit of nice blue sky and blue sea, which I wasn't expecting today. The weather forecast was rain today, which was one of the reasons why I picked today for the run, because I thought it'd be a bit cooler than it has been recently. and then it's forecast to be for the rest of the week. That footbridge there is a great one for standing on to watch the special trains that come through here sometimes in the summer. So we do get some old steam trains coming through and old diesel engines, these sort of heritage weekends. I'm not sure about the details of them. I need to find out when they run so I can catch them on film. So you might be able to see that red rock in front, so I've got to run beyond that. Helicopter up there. Hope everything's okay. Second helicopter. Starting to get a little bit of backache. So normally when I go for a run, I have a good drink of water beforehand so that I'm well hydrated. Because I was worried about doing that with my incontinence. So instead I've brought along, I don't even know what to call it, but there's like a bag of water on my back with a tube. I'm sure there's a more technical name for it than that. And so I can just have little sips of water as I go along. So I hope that's going to work out. And I'll try it now because I'm feeling a bit thirsty already. Oh, well, that's nice. Every big challenge in life starts with a small step forward, doesn't it? And so even though I'm looking with a certain amount of trepidation at the hill in front that I've got to get past, albeit I haven't got to climb it, but I've got to run that far, run round it and out the other side. And so as I look rather nervously at that, I then bring my attention back to my feet and think, well, just one step at a time. I can do this, one small step, that's all it needs, followed by another small step. There really are a lot of helicopters flying along here today. Hope there's not some emergency situation out at sea. Maybe it's just some training exercise. Right. And another bridge here where you could get some great photos of the passing steam trains. Let me just turn you around now so you can look at the nice scenery rather than me. That's better, isn't it? Thank you.
Sorry.
All right, thank you. Here comes another train with the lights on. I need to slow it down a bit. I was getting a bit overexcited there, running quite quickly. Well, I have at least overtaken some people who are walking. I feared it might have been the other way round, them overtaking me. But so far that hasn't happened. But there's still plenty of time for that. You know, I had another daft idea this week. Oh, hold on, let me just get this centred. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, so I had another daft idea this week. As I was feeling a bit low and a bit disappointed with a recent YouTube video, I thought to myself, I've got to improve my communication skills. And so I found a local Toastmasters organisation, and they meet a couple of times a month in Exeter. So I've contacted them and I'm going to give it a try, see how I get on, see if I can become a better communicator, and see if I can improve the speed of my thinking. I know I can't become a Stephen Fry in terms of his intelligence, or a Sir David Attenborough in terms of the beauty of his voice, but I can at least try to become the best version of myself. And what I've noticed, because I went to one Toastmaster session in Brighton some years ago, and what I noticed is they do, as well as the public speaking side of it, they do some improvisation. So I remember they gave me a subject and asked me to talk for 3 minutes on it, and the subject they gave me was travelling to the moon, and I did my best, but I ran out of things to say after about 1 minute. And then I watched someone else doing some improv on a different subject, and I realised you don't have to try and tell the truth or make it factual. You can just do a bit of storytelling and allow your mind to wander freely, and perhaps that helps to sort of unblock some of those neuro passageways that prevent me from speaking as fluently and eloquently as I would like. So for example, if I was asked to talk about flying to the moon, I'll just wait until these people have gone, otherwise I'll think I'm absolutely bonkers. So if I was talking about flying to the moon, I could say something like, I set off on a journey to the moon 4 years ago, and I've since been 3 more times. But that first time was a real disaster because I took a wrong turning and ended up on Mars. And when I was in Mars, there wasn't very much there at all, really. People really do think I'm strange, and you probably do too. But there was nowhere on Mars I could get a decent beer, and the bus services there were absolutely appalling. So I decided to cut my holiday short and come back a week early. And then the next time I went to the moon, I made sure I had a good sat-nav system on board my rocket before I set off. And there we had just a wonderful time with the family. So there you go, a bit of improv. That helped take my mind off the challenges of this run. Well, I've got further than I thought I would, and I haven't stopped for a walk yet. And it is absolutely beautiful here. I'm loving the experience. And now we're heading into the middle of a holiday resort here, or a bit of a holiday resort. I can see people racing around on go-karts. There's a fun fair over there. Let me turn around so you can see. 2, 3. There you go. Maybe you can see a little bit. Let me just check my watch. I've ran 3.9 kilometres so far, so that's not bad, is it? Not bad at all. I am over the moon with that, actually. That is much better than I expected. So what I'll do now is I'll run over there to the public toilets. That was one of the reasons I picked this route, is I knew there were public toilets. Which are absolutely crucial for me at this stage in my life. And then I'll end the run there. But what do you think? Good, eh? Right, I'll run across the grass, I think, now. And there we are, milestone achieved. And I'll have a sip of water now to celebrate. Oh, fantastic. Oh. Oh, that's made me feel a whole lot better, I tell you now. I mean, I never would have thought 10 weeks ago, as I went into the hospital at Exeter to have my prostate removed, that just a few weeks later I'd be doing a coastal run like this, and that my training plan for the next half marathon had started in earnest. So we can all achieve things in life if we just take those little steps forward. There's just one other thing I wanted to mention before I go back home, and that is that whilst this video is for me a celebration of an important milestone, and it's a video that I hope will give encouragement, hope and optimism to other people on similar journeys, I'm also very aware that everyone's cancer journey is different, and not everyone is as fortunate as I have been with my diagnosis. And tonight I'll say a little prayer for all the cancer sufferers out there, many of whom are going through a much more difficult time than me. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry about all my improvisation and waffling on and puffing and panting. I hope that now I'm fit, I'll get back to a routine of doing some more hiking videos. So I'm planning one of those in about a week's time that I'll share with you. So take care of yourselves, all the best, and I'll talk again soon. Thanks then, bye.